And we are live from the Martinsville Speedway here in Martinsville, Virginia for the 2020 Interstate Batteries 500, the 11th race of Season 3 of the Trackmasters Cup Series. 2 weekends ago in Daytona, Ryan Blaney edged out Jimmie Johnson to take the win in Daytona. Now Blaney comes to one of his best racetracks. We'll see if Ryan Blaney can go back-to-back and pick up his second win of the season today. Also of note, Landon Cassill in his first Trackmasters Cup Series start filling in for Kyle Larson is starting on the pole. This morning, Cassill told me that he just wanted to ride around, try and lead some laps, but ultimately just learn from today's race, take it as a learning experience, and next weekend in Texas, try and go for the win there. 2 weeks ago in Daytona, Jimmie Johnson came so close to another race victory, unfortunately was not able to get it done. However, the 48 team is currently your points leader. Jimmie Johnson feels confident coming into today's race. It's one of his best tracks here in Martinsville. We'll see if Jimmie Johnson is able to get towards the front and take away the race victory. Let's hand it trackside for your command to fire engines. Drivers, start your engines! And engines roar to life here at the paperclip. Let's move in for your starting lineup for today's Interstate Batteries 500, which is sure to be a good race. So here we go for the starting lineup here in Martinsville. Starting on pole in his first ever start, Landon Cassill alongside Christopher Bell, and coming up in row 2, Byron starts to the inside of Benedetto. Coming up in row 3, Kevin Harvick will start to the inside of Chase Elliott, and coming up in row 4, Busch will start to the inside of his brother Kyle Busch. Row 5, Jimmie Johnson, the points leader, starts to the inside of Alex Bowman, and coming up in row 6, Eric Jones starts to the inside of Tyler Reddick. Row 7, Ryan Blaney, last race's winner, to the inside of Cole Custer, and row 8, Martin Truex Jr. to the inside of Denny Hamlin. Coming up in row 9, Brad Keselowski starts to the inside of Bubba Wallace, and coming up in row 10, Ryan Preece will start to the inside of Joey Logano. Row 11, Clint Bowyer to the inside of Drake Mays, and coming up in row 12, Stenhouse Jr. will start to the inside of Erik Almirola. Rounding out the field today in row 13 is Ryan Newman. As the starting lineup is done and the field is completing their pace laps now, we are ready to go racing here in Martinsville. Field comes off turn 4 in the hands of Landon Cassill. Green flag is out. We are underway for the Interstate Batteries 500. And a good start by Cassill is going to clear him over Christopher Bell, heading to turn 1 behind them. Byron goes underneath Benedetto. That inside lane is dominant early on here in Martinsville. Throughout the course of the race, though, that outside lane might start to come in. Landon Cassill in his first start is going to lead lap 1, but Christopher Bell is hot on the tail of Cassill. Now to the inside off 2. Christopher Bell is going to take away the race lead. Byron's going to follow him through. Kevin Harvick in that 4 car following through as well. Christopher Bell now coming through to lead lap 2 under fire from Byron for the race lead as they come through turns 1 and 2. Bell, though, is going to get a nice run off the corner behind them. Harvick goes for the move on Byron. Even further behind, Busch going for the move on Landon Cassill now. Not going to happen there in a 3 and 4. Back down the front straightaway, Byron taking back second, but Harvick's going to fight him back. Busch with the bumper to the 42 car. Busch is going to go through on the inside. So is his brother Kyle on the run down to turn 3. And Busch checks up right in front of Cassill. Cassill in the wall. Trouble, caution is out, and Landon Cassill, your pole sitter, has been turned into the outside wall, and his first Trackmasters Cup Series start is going to end with a blown right front into the outside wall. Caution is out early on. We'll take a look at a replay of what happened. It was a stack up going into turns 3 and 4, and it looks like, watch that 18 car. Looks like he just checked up on the entrance of the corner. Cassill backed up into Chase Elliott, and Elliott had nowhere to go, ran Cassill right into the wall. Take another look at it here. Yeah, Kyle Busch checks up, backs Cassill up into Chase Elliott. Elliott has nowhere to go, can't slow down in time. Unfortunately, their bumpers didn't quite line up, and Cassill gets turned into the wall. One final look at it. Not really sure what happened to Kyle Busch. Maybe he started to get loose. In any case, Cassill will be out of today's race with heavy damage to the right front, but the rest of the field is ready to go back racing here in Martinsville. Christopher Bell is going to lead the field off turn 4 alongside Byron. Green flag is back in the air. We are back underway at Martinsville. And look at the run by Kevin Harvick on the restart all the way to the inside wall, but he had to back out of that one. Byron on the outside is going to make the pass over Kevin Harvick and clear for second. Harvick, though, is going to fight back down the inside. He locks up. Harvick gets into Byron and shoves him wide. That's going to let Kyle Busch through. More trouble. Kevin Harvick around right in front of the field. 4-car pile up down the front straightaway. Chase Elliott barely gets by, but the caution is out for a 3-car pile up. Busch was able to drive away. And I have a feeling that Byron may have intentionally spun that 4-car down the front straightaway. We'll take a look at what happened here. Remember going into 3 and 4 on the previous lap, Kevin Harvick locked up and got into Byron. And maybe a little bit of revenge here from Byron coming off 4. Just gets into that 4-car, does not lift. Harvick can't really save it at that point. He's being spun around right in front of Kurt Busch. Benedetto and Chris Busch are nowhere to go. Take a look at Chase Elliott here. He's able to check up, get out of the way, dive to the inside, and slip through that very narrow gap. Great wreck avoidance by Chase Elliott. Has been caught up in some wrecks recently. One more look at it here. Yeah, you can see just William Byron coming off the corner, doesn't lift, and spins the 4-car around. Harvick into the inside wall, pushes Kurt Busch back up the track right in the path of Elliott. Benedetto and Chris Busch are nowhere to go. So that 4-car pileup is going to end Kevin Harvick's day. Benedetto, Chris Busch, and Kurt Busch all able to drive away from it. But Kevin Harvick's going to take a big hit in the points after his Coke 600 win. He has not had any good luck whatsoever. Coming back to the green flag now, your race leader is Christopher Bell coming off turn 4. Green flag is back in the air, and that 95 car is going to lead us back down. And a bad restart by Kyle Busch is going to let William Byron slide through on the inside. Coming here to lap 10 now, Byron to the inside, locks up, goes wide, nearly gets into Christopher Bell, keeps it off the 95 car. Back down the front straightaway, Bell's going to fight him back on the inside. Byron lays the bumper to the 95. Down the back straightaway, Christopher Bell squeezed into the wall. We got trouble. Christopher Bell has a tire going down through 3 and 4. He's going to hold on. Coming to lap 11 now, and there goes the tire right in front of Joey Logano. Christopher Bell spins, nearly takes out Joey Logano, but Logano is able to drive on through it. But Christopher Bell's dominant day is done. Looks like a right front tire down for that 95 car sends him spinning into the inside wall, but we have to take a look at how it started. You can see here, coming off turn 2, Bell ran wide, Kyle Busch drove into him, didn't know where to go. Christopher Bell has a tire going down, and then coming down the front straightaway, that right front not able to hold, goes out in a cloud of smoke. Bell nails the 22 of Joey Logano. Logano was able to keep it off the inside wall, that's why he was able to keep going. One more look at it here. Yeah, just a tire going down for Christopher Bell right in front of Joey Logano. Bell hits the inside wall, sends Logano back up the track. Doesn't look like Joey Logano sustained too much damage in that. We'll take one more look at how Christopher Bell got that tire rub. Yeah, Kyle Busch just overdrove the exit to turn 2, gets into the left front of Christopher Bell. That tire wasn't able to hold even a full lap. Bell really had no way to get to pit road. So Christopher Bell's day is done. And really unfortunate he had such a dominant car. Unfortunately, he will have to wait longer for his first win. So we're ready to go back restarting here in Martinsville. William Byron is your race leader alongside Kyle Busch, who's trying to keep him from his first Season 3 victory. Green flag is back in the air. We are back on our way at Martinsville. William Byron trying to hold on. Byron's going to clear Kyle Busch through 1 and 2, but that might not be a good thing. That's going to put Kyle Busch right on the bumper as they head to 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag, Kyle Busch on the bumper of William Byron's going to shuffle him out of the groove. Can't quite get to the race lead. Byron will see the white flag. 1 lap to go in Martinsville. Now off turn 2, Byron's going to hold Kyle Busch down. You'll get the run on exit. Here they come to the line. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. William Byron is going to see the checkered flag. William Byron wins in Martinsville. And what a finish. William Byron, one of the youngest drivers in the field, able to hold off the Daytona 500 winner Kyle Busch for his first win since the Las Vegas playoff race of Season 2. And here is a replay you can see coming off turn number 2. Byron just not giving Kyle Busch any room to get back to the gas. Byron was able to build up enough of a lead coming off 2 that Kyle Busch could not give him the bumper. William Byron is your race leader here in Martinsville. Jimmie Johnson was able to slide into second, coming to the line. Byron is going to burn it down in 3 and 4. And for the first time in Season 3, William Byron is a Track Masters Cup Series winner. Not his first Track Masters Cup Series win, but I got a feeling that this one is going to hold much more value to him than his first win in Las Vegas. Here is your full top 10. Byron wins over Johnson, Busch, Elliott, Busch, Bowman, Blaney, Logano, Almirola, and Clint Bowyer rounding out your top 10. And here are your point standings after race 11. Jimmie Johnson extends his points lead over Kyle Busch, but more importantly on the bubble, Chase Elliott is in by 15. Kevin Harvick only in by 1 point. Cole Custer out by 1 point, and Bubba Wallace, who is back in the top 15, out by 18 points. So thank you all for watching today's race in Martinsville. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun filming. In another 2 weeks, it will be the Sunoco 500 from Texas. But until then, this is Jonathan signing out. Have a good day, have a good weekend, and hopefully we can see some real life racing back soon.